We hope you had a great 4th of July week. This is one of the premier destinations for those celebrating the holiday here in the United States. We're just outside Orlando, Florida, the happiest place on earth as Glory makes its foray into the Sunshine State for the first time ever. This is Glory 67. We are inside the Silver Spurs Arena in Kissimmee, just outside Orlando. He's the former welterweight champion of the world, Joseph Valtellini. My name is Todd Grisham, and today may go down as the hottest day of the year in Orlando.
Yeah, and we're lucky that both of our main event fighters, we have Panamarum Kiatmukau and Anvoy Bornazarov, both live in Thailand, so they're used to the heat and enjoying it. Me, on the other hand, I'm sweating and melting away.
Well, he is Canadian. Bless his heart. Great card tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's full of fireworks. How about this? 134 combined knockouts on all our fighters on this 5-part card.
Yeah, you can see that how talented this lineup is with all this American prospects, so I'm excited for it.
Let's talk about a couple of fights and a couple of fighters specifically. How about these unstoppable North American stars, Vidalis, Gashi, and Tin Pao?
Yeah, you can see that combined record, 44-1 with 26 knockouts, so you know how talented each of these individuals are.
Yeah, Vidalis from Mexico, Monterrey. He has not been beaten, Joe, and you think he could be a future champ?
Absolutely. I'm one of my top prospects to watch out for. He's got a good style and fights very similar to me, so I'm really excited to watch him and see him grow in glory.
Elvis Gashi back in the ring for the first time in nearly a year. He's 1 or 2 wins away from maybe a title shot.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's 22-0, undefeated, and you can see the style and the power he brings. Fan-friendly southpaw with a lot of power, so he's up there soon.
He's chomping at the bit to get back into the ring. He does so tonight. Asa Tin Pao, a Florida native, excited to perform here in Orlando.
Known as the American Ninja because he can do everything at the highest level. He can box well, kick well, and you're going to see a lot of spectacular offense from him.
2 big guys not from North America squaring off in the heavyweight division, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of bad blood between Jafar Wilness and D'Angelo Marshall. In fact, Marshall used to be at the same gym as Wilness, decided to leave and go his separate ways.
Yeah, and speaking to Jafar Wilness before the fight, and he was like, I'm going to show him why that was a big mistake.
And Wilness feels on top of the world with his confidence right now. That's because he's been training with the lineal heavyweight boxing champion of the world, Tyson Fury.
Yes, of course, you know, he's the best in boxing, he's the #1. So I trained with him, sparred with him, so I learned a lot, you know, and you're also going to see that in my hands.
So that's Jafar Wilness. That'll be in the co-main. As for the main event, how about this one? Panamarum versus Anvar Bornazarov. Bornazarov feels that he has the perfect style to unseat Pech.
Well, Anvoy Bornazarov has been living in Thailand for the last 8 years, so he's used to that southpaw with a good left kick, so he feels that could be his biggest advantage.
Pech Panamarum has looked nearly unstoppable since coming to glory. His only loss was to Van Roosmalen, a fight a loss he avenged easily, winning all 5 rounds.
Yeah, but the big thing about Pech is the power he has in that left kick, and he used to go to the body a lot, but then we see him switch levels with it, and this is where he gets these spectacular knockouts with head kick finishes.
How brutal is that? Stay away from the left foot. Anvar says, listen, I know his left kick's going to hurt, but he won't be able to handle my hands.
Yeah, that's the difference, and it's the kicking versus the punches. And in this fight here was one of the biggest fights for Anvar in his career, knocking out Fabio Pinca in spectacular fashion. And from there, he just really made a name for himself for that power and counterpunching.
If it goes the distance, it's probably going to be Pech. If it stops short, it's probably going to be Anvar. Can't wait for it. The featherweight championship of the world on the line tonight here in Orlando. Glory 67 starts now.
Glory, the world's premier stand-up combat league, once again brings the best strikers on the planet to U.S. soil for Glory 67 Orlando, where the stage is set here in the Sun Belt for another shot at the Glory Belt and a chance to be crowned featherweight world champion. All of our bouts tonight sanctioned by the Florida State Boxing Commission in association with the ISKA. Their Assistant Executive Director, Tim Shipman, is with us ringside. Silver Spurs Arena, Orlando, are you ready for glory? we get things started in the featherweight division. He arrives in Florida, winner of 7 of his last 10. Here comes Trevor Ragin.
Trevor Ragin. No one is in better physical condition than this guy. Just look at his abs, ladies and gentlemen. He says that his pressure tonight will be too much for Vidalis to handle as Ragin drops down a weight class.
Yeah, he's coming down to the featherweight division, bringing a lot of power in a crowd-pleasing style. He calls himself a technical brawler because he's going to come forward and try to land all the power he can. He's got a lot of talent. He's never tasted defeat.
We may have a future star being born right before our eyes.
Undefeated out of Monterrey, Mexico, ladies and gentlemen, Abraham Vidalis.
Vidalis! What a debut! You know, a fighter like Vidalis, his technical skill and knockout power, he can make a quick climb up the rankings. Can you imagine him versus Petch Panemarong one day?
This is the guy, I'm telling you.
He extended his unbeaten streak with a second-round TKO in Houston earlier this year. Here is Abraham Vidalis.
Abraham Vidalis, 24 years old, fighting out of Monterrey, Mexico. As you know, Mexico not exactly a kickboxing hotbed, but somehow this fighter has managed to pick up some of the best technical skills in his weight class.
Yeah, and he's just very smart, and his IQ and ring control are off the charts. You know, he's a good pressure fighter, good at mixing levels, and he's undefeated for a reason. He's 2-0 in glory with 2 finishes, and his overall record is 13-0 with 11 knockouts on that career.
Here's our tale of the tape. Trevor Ragin, 27 years old, 3 years older than Vidalis. He's also 3.5 inches shorter than the Mexican, but somehow Ragin does have an 1.5 inch reach advantage.
With professional experience, very close, a 1-fight edge for Vidalis. Vidalis undefeated and has the edge in KO power as well.
The Glory rules. We'll fight 3 rounds, 3 minutes each. Punches, kicks, and knees are legal. 3 knockdowns in a round or 4 in the fight result in a TKO.
The bouts are going to be scored using the following prioritized criteria, starting with knockdowns, followed by cumulative damage inflicted. Then we look for clean scoring strikes with an emphasis on spectacular techniques, followed by normal scoring techniques. Finally, if there's no clear advantage, judges look for aggressiveness.
Open scoring tonight. The scores will be shown after each round. They are indeed the official judges' scores, so you will be in the know from home.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this featherweight matchup scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, standing on my left and fighting out of the black corner. His debut came inside Madison Square Garden in New York at Glory 55. His professional record, 7 wins with 5 losses, 3 of those wins coming by knockout. At 5 feet 8 inches tall, 1.73 meters, he weighed in at fight time at an even 142 pounds, 64.4 kilograms. He's here in Orlando tonight, fighting out of Richmond, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Trevor Ragin. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner, a 2017 ISKA Mexican champion, undefeated as an amateur, undefeated as a pro. His record perfect, 13 wins. 11 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He is undefeated in 2 prior Glory appearances. At 5 feet 11 and 1/2 inches, 1.82 meters, he weighed in at fight time at an even 143 pounds, 64.9 kilograms. Fighting tonight out of Monterrey, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Abraham Vidalis. The third man inside the Glory ropes, your referee is Andrew Glenn.
All right, gentlemen, you got the rules in the back. You got any questions? Follow my instructions, protect yourself. I tell you to stop, do it immediately. Touch it right there if you want, be ready at the bell. Step back.
Here we go, Joe. A big fight for both of these men. Trevor Rajan in a new weight class. Wants to set a precedent for Vidalis. He wants to keep that train rolling. He's unbeaten at 13-0. He's wearing the white gloves.
And Vidalis going right to the kicks. Rajan coming with the pressure with his hands.
Nice body kick there from Vidalis. 2 Glory wins, both by knockout and a body kick.
Yep, you got to keep on Vidalis. Oh, he's hurt.
Right hand by Rajan. Vidalis visibly shaken.
Break. Step back. Step back.
Vidalis says he's a big improvement in this camp with setting up his power and his aggression. He's been a lot more focused and dedicated, and it's starting to show early in this fight.
We haven't seen Vidalis rattled like that, probably in his whole career.
And for Vidalis, you want to watch how he changes levels. He's going to kick the body well, punch the body well, and then try to mix up upstairs. But Rajan's, counter power punches is doing well.
That body kick right off those washboard abs. I wonder who it hurts more.
Level change work from Vidalis, though, body and leg. Upstairs is coming soon.
Nice push kick there for Rajan, who said he's made some life changes. He's more dedicated than ever to kickboxing. Loves this sport, wants to do it for a long, long time. Ate a low kick.
And they exchanged kicks there. Body versus leg. I like Rajan using his low kicks. Known for his punches, but showcasing some kicking. For
Vidalis back to that body kick.
Now you can see every combination he throws has power. I like when he mixes his punches and kick combinations. And Rajan with that front kick. It's kind of annoying Vidalis from coming in. He's been using it quite often.
Again, Rajan making his debut at featherweight, was a lightweight.
Keep him up.
Didn't feel he was at his strongest there. Didn't seem to have problems making this weight.
You hear Trevor Rajan's corner, Brian Crenshaw asking for the overhand right again.
10 seconds.
Close first round. You got to wonder if that strike that buckled Vidalis for a minute could be the difference.
Vidalis is now starting to pick away with his low kick and the body kicks.
Abraham Vidalis studying to become a dentist. He's pretty close to getting that degree. His right middle kick, as we've seen all opening round, is his go-to signature strike, and he's the current kickboxing welterweight champion of Mexico.
Yeah, he's finding that right middle kick just under that elbow of Rajan. Trevor Rajan, that fighting style, a brawler, but he's really mixing the technical aspect of it today with mixing those front kicks in and setting up his power. Signature strike, we saw that overhand right land. He's got good power left hook. Outside the ring, he loves skateboarding, which I wouldn't recommend too close to fights. It's too dangerous.
Round 2, scheduled for 3, featherweight division. The unbeaten Abraham Vidalis, who just took a tumble, taking on the new and improved Trevor Rajan. All 3 judges scoring it for the Monterrey native.
Vidalis is being busier with his combinations, but Rajan did land the big shot in the fight so far. Checking the low kicks now for Rajan.
Total strikes. Vidalis landing 5 more than Ragin. What does Ragin need to do to try and find another big punch to land?
Well, he needs to set it up, maybe pump a jab. But I really like what his corner was saying is to get that overhand right going again. He keeps trying for it. Yeah, set it up with front kicks, jabs, and then trying to find the power shot.
Spinning back kick there from Vidalis. Well, he's letting those feet fly as Ragin talks a little smack.
Yeah, Vidalis is good kick fighting, but made a nice little jab.
Vidalis does speak both English and Spanish, so he understands everything Ragin's saying, but it has not affected him. But this appears to be a much more natural weight for Ragin.
Yeah, he's looking great, and like he said, with those improvements, we're starting to see them.
But according to the judges, he hasn't been better than Vidalis thus far. Still to come, Elvis Gashi, Jafar Wilness, Asa Tin Pao. And Vidalis really starting to take over here, it appears, Joe.
Yeah, he's starting to feel good. His kick fighting is going well. Once your kick fighting starts going well, it'll open up his punches. And that's where you're going to see Vidalis mix punch-kick combinations.
Inside low kick for Vidalis.
There's those punch-kick combos. Always making Ragin guess what level that kick's coming at.
85% knockout ratio for Vidalis, who works the body with a couple of clubbing hooks.
Yeah, very nice shoe shine to the body. Kind of looked like he hurt Ragin with that left hook. Now mixing levels with that left hook, going head body.
Ragin's got to find a way back inside. That front kick's only going to take him so far.
Oh, the front kick is more of a defensive movement. It's using it to keep Vidalis away from him. It's not really used as a strike to hurt him.
10 seconds.
That's where he needs to mix in that right hand.
Make sure and register for the Glory Fight Club. Receive exclusive pre-sale access, news, and much, much more. All the Glory information you could possibly handle in one place. Go to glorykickboxing.com. Hello, Gemma, our New Zealand Glory girl, getting us ready for round 3.
Yeah, you can see Vidalis was using his punches and set up a lot of good body work. Almost landed a knee here, but really enjoying how he mixes in his levels. There he ripped the body left, right, left. And then after you've seen him throw that left hook to the head, then to the body, being creative with his setups to the liver.
Last round, touch it up. Step back, here we go. Fight!
So what can Ragin do here if he's to come back and beat Vidalis?
Well, still got to pressure. He's got to try to find that right hand. You know, and I really like when he's mixing his kicks as well, especially his right low kick.
Good sequence there for Vidalis. Joe, did you prefer to start with the hands and then go to the kicks, or start with the kicks and go to the hands?
Well, the correct answer is both. I mean, when you pull guys in, I used to draw them in with kicks, and then when the kicks start landing, that's when you go punch kick. But kick, punch, kick combinations are my favorite. Vidalis using it well as well. He uses his kicks, and then the combination's coming.
Nice uppercut there for Vidalis. Good combinations from Vidalis. And then an overhand right on the ear of Ragin.
Yeah, he took a slight angle there, so his punches landed well.
Vidalis riding a 7-fight knockout streak. Can he get it? Another one.
It's still impressive the power that Vidalis has in this third round still. Still looking sharp, crisp with his combinations.
A straight right there for Ragin. That may be his best and only shot at a knockdown to get inside and land a power punch.
Yeah, but Ragin just keeps walking forward. He's got that mean mug on his face and he just walks. Trying to throw that right hand. He almost did, but he ate one in the process.
And again to the body, those clubbing hooks from Vidalis. And a nice counter right. I think Vidalis still looking for the knockout, Joe.
Yep. I'm liking his creative setups to deliver.
Look at the body punches. Vidalis doing all the damage.
Yeah, he even mixed in good body kicks as well. That's what's is impressive with Vidalis is these level changes, punches and kicks.
30 seconds to go here in round 3. Ragin needs a minor miracle. Nice exit kick there for Vidalis. Ragin trying to bait him in.
Yeah, Vidalis wants finishes. When you're 13-0 with 11 finishes, you don't get happy with winning in decisions.
Oh, Ragin landed a big shot there at the end, but too little, way too late. Another brilliant performance from the 24-year-old Mexican. Welcome you back here to Greater Orlando, Kissimmee to be more specific. Highlights from our opening contest here on Glory 67, Trevor Ragin and Abraham Vidalis.
Yeah, there was that right hand from Ragin, probably his best strike in this fight. But after that fight, after that strike, Vidalis was able to gain his composure, start mixing levels, especially with his punches, throwing good combinations, showcasing high-level striking, mixing punch-kick combinations, changing levels. And that's just what makes him so talented. And you mean from round 1 to round 3, we saw the same type of fight, same power, same clean technique.
Here is the total strike count. Vidalis landing more punches and kicks for a total of 85 of 231, 51 of 120 for Ragin. Just too much output for Vidalis, and he dominated every single round. Tim Hughes with the decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of kickboxing, we go to the judges' scorecard. Let's take a look at the totals. All 3 of our ringside judges see the bout and score the bout the same, 30-27, a unanimous decision. All for your winner, Abraham Vidalis.
All right. Abraham Vidalis. I'm here with your winner, Abraham Vidalis. 3-0 in Glory. How do you feel right now?
I feel very happy. I don't know. I feel very happy, very thankful with Glory for giving me a chance to be here once again, and I hope they like to invite me here more time, more fights.
Yeah, you're known for your knockouts. You didn't get it today, but were you still happy with your performance?
I'm really happy. The fighting is like this, you know. Sometimes you win by knockout. Doesn't matter the way. The only thing that matters is that I got the win.
Okay, now that you're still undefeated, where do you want to go from here? What's next for you?
Next for me is, you know, keep training, keep in shape, and getting myself better in this, and just waiting for the Glory call to see who want them to face again.
Are you ready for the top 10?
I think I'm ready. I'm not deciding that. Glories are the one that decide that, but I'm ready for whoever they put me to face.
All right, well, congratulations. Let's hear it for Abraham Vidalis.
14-0, 3-0 in Glory. Congratulations again to Abraham Vidalis, one of the top young prospects in all of Glory. Bad blood is in the air between our two heavyweights. Number 3 ranked Jafar Wilness used to be a sparring partner and teammate with D'Angelo Marshall, who recently left the Coliseum gym. That infuriated Wilness, who wants to punish him tonight, but Big Papa Marshall says that's just fine. Bring it tonight. I'll take care of you. But coming up next, it's J-Ho versus Elvis Gashi. Gashi has never been beaten, 22-0. He'll square off against Justin Houghton, looking to win 3 straight in glory for the first time ever. He vows to let it all hang out here tonight.
His professional record, perfect.
Gashi has never been knocked down, never been beaten. Always an entertaining watch, no matter what happens.
He goes down already. Richardson's down.
Super Gashi looking super so far.
In the title shot, I'm ready.
Everyone in the theater is on their feet.
It's got to be over, and it is! Elvis Super Gashi has shocked the kickboxing world! Here's our tail to tape and what could be the fight of the night. Number 4 versus number 6 in the lightweight division. Gashi, 26 years old, 9 years younger than J-Ho, who is an inch taller than Gashi.
Professional experience, the edge goes to Gashi, as well as his undefeated record in KO power, but J-Ho's developing, he's on that streak, so let's see if he can continue that momentum.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in Glory's lightweight division. Fighting out of the black corner, he is a former Golden Gloves boxer, bringing a 2-fight winning streak to Orlando. His professional record, 11 wins with 6 losses. 3 of those wins coming by way of knockout. At 5 feet 10 inches tall, 1.78 meters, he weighed in at fight time at an even 154 pounds, 69.9 kilos. Fighting out of Eaton Rapids, Michigan, by way of Denver, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Justin J-Ho Houghton. His opponent, fighting out of the white corner, an IKF U.S. national champion and 4-time Kosovo national champion. His professional record, perfect. 22 fights, 22 wins. 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He is undefeated in 4 prior Glory appearances. At 5 feet 9 inches tall, 1.75 meters, he weighed in at 152.8 pounds, 69.3 kilograms. He fights now out of the Bronx, New York. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Super Elvis Gashi. And the third man inside the Glory ropes, your referee is Dave Smith.
I know that you guys both know the rules. I want a clean, fair fight, start to finish. Touch them up, step back. Good luck to you both. Touch them. Good luck, brother. All the way back.
A nice Albanian contingent here in Orlando, pulling for Elvis Super Gashi, who was actually named by his aunt after Elvis Presley, but told us yesterday, I hate Elvis Presley's music. He's wearing the white gloves, J-Ho in the black.
Right away, you see the southpaw left kicks of Gashi. And J-Ho coming forward has got a wicked flying knee, but that...
What a kick from Gashi! You could see it, you could hear it. So nasty, and Justin Houghton may not get up. What a statement made here for Elvis Gashi. He wants a world title shot, and he may have just earned it.
Well, that was one of the most powerful left kicks we've seen. We know he has that finish ability, and man, he's just getting better and better. He's staying undefeated. He's got, 23-0 now, 11 knockouts. He's got an amateur record of 107 wins and 3 losses. Man, you got to really think he could be next for a title shot.
One of the quickest knockouts in lightweight Glory history. Elvis Gashi, we have missed you, my friend. He is back with a vengeance. Let's watch the fight in its entirety, Joe. One kick.
Yeah, I mean, he was setting it up. You can see, we know he's got power in that left kick. And you know, J-Ho was trying to get excited, mixing those knees. Elvis stayed patient and just got under that elbow of Houghton, and that's what gave him that finish.
And listen, guys, Justin Houghton, one of the toughest fighters you'll ever come across, but there was no standing up after being hit by that left body kick.
Yeah, and that body kick, just perfect angle that went right under that elbow, and it was almost low shin instep. And when that hits that liver, there's no coming up from that.
Incredible stuff. Listen to this. J-Ho almost apologizing to Elvis that he couldn't put up more of a fight, but Joe, the bright lights are now shining on Gashi, who switched trainers, and he told us, I've never been faster, my movement is incredible, I'm going to stop him early at a 4-month training camp.
Yep, he's with Renzo Gracie Academy now, so I mean, that power, man, is just something that Gashi has, and the fact that he can land it so consistently with all the experience he has, man, I'm excited to see. We have him ranked number 4, the highest he's been ranked in the lightweight division. So onward and upward for Elvis Gashi.
We will hear from Elvis Super Gashi when we return to Glory 67.
Ladies and gentlemen, you watched it as it happened. This bout comes to an abrupt end. Just 23 seconds into the fight and is ruled a knockout for your winner and still undefeated, Super Elvis Gashi.
Congratulations, Elvis. What a performance. One shot, a one-hitter quitter. Take us through that knockout.
I don't have to say nothing. You guys seen it, so I think just give me that title fight in New York, in my hometown there. So give me title fight. I'm ready.
Well, it seems like you've earned it. You knocked out number 5, Josh Johnsey. You've put this man down. J-Ho, a very tough customer. A lot of people thought you weren't going to be able to put him away, but it only took one kick for you to do it.
That's because these 2 guys train me hard every day, every single day, Joe and Mike. So all the hard work is to them, and I just listen to them and work hard. So we're gonna get that title with these 2 guys.
All right, we're gonna watch the fight in its entirety. Watch up here on the screen. Take us through it. After the bell rang, you wasted no time. I hate Elvis Presley's music. He's wearing the white gloves. J-Ho in the black. What are you thinking here?
Just trying to get that liver. Wait, there you go.
We'll have to check our stats, but we think that may be the quickest knockout in the history of this division. So you probably made history here tonight. I know there are a lot of Albanians here tonight cheering for Elvis Gashi. What's your message to all those people who came out here with that red flag?
Thank you guys for coming here down from New York. Love you guys. You're gonna get that title to New York. I promise you guys. We're getting that title back to New York.
Listen, Murat Grigorian is the champion in your division. If you want to send a message to him right now, I know he's watching. What do you say?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Just come to New York.
All right, it would be certainly a fantastic fight. There he is, one more time, everybody. Super Elvis Gashi.
Elvis Gashi looking really impressive. Now improved his Glory record to 5-0, 1-2 by knockout. But man, that southpaw power he has, and he's very vocal about wanting that next title shot. I mean, he's got a tough task in Murat Grigorian, who's also known for his pressure and power style, but stylistically, that's a fight that I think fans are gonna love to see. Both guys like to fight and have a lot of power, so, I mean, Elvis Gashi really made a case to be next.
Elvis Gashi represents Kosovo, Albania, and America, and I think every country is going to be claiming him after that performance here in Orlando tonight. Congratulations to him, and what a banger that would be, Murat versus Elvis. Coming up later, Florida's own Asa 10-Pound, the American Ninja and the reigning Glory newcomer of the year, puts his perfect record in Glory on the line against the Moroccan maniac, as he's known, Hassam El Khasri, coming all the way from Morocco. And he told us, listen, I didn't come here to lose. That featherweight bout when we return. But coming up next, at heavyweights collide, D'Angelo Marshall and Jafar Wilnis.
I will knock him out. When he feels the power of the punches, then he's going down. I don't know which round. I'm not going to say first round, second round, third round, but when he feels the power and feels the connection of the combinations, then he's going down.
I never show what I really got, and it's only the thing to show it in the ring. And if it will happen, if I feel good, in the ring, then you can expect spectacular things.
I must pull everything out, and he's going to feel it. I really know it from 100% that he's going to feel the difference between training and a fight, because now he's going to fight me. And he will remember me.
He also never felt my strength, so it doesn't say that. But I will be better. I will be better this time. I train very hard, and this is my time.
Jafar Wilnis. Wilnis chopping away at Edwards. He goes down. Wilnis with the straight right hand drops Guidon on the spot.
Giant versus giant.
The heavyweight ranks of glory. All right, Orlando, here come the heavyweights. Two former training partners step inside the glory ring, D'Angelo Marshall and Jafar Wilnis. D'Angelo Marshall.
I don't think Marshall is going to slow down at all. He comes out guns blazing. Let's see what happens here. Marshall might be able to put him away here. Whoa, the right hand.
Really soon, I'm coming for the belt.
And it is a knockdown.
His heavy hands found instant success in the glory ring, winning 3 of his first 4 appearances. Here comes D'Angelo Marshall.
It'll be hard to top what we just saw from Elvis Gashi, but both of these men capable of doing it, particularly D'Angelo Marshall, who may have the strongest one-punch power in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, we saw that in his last fight at Glory 64. In the 3rd round, he found a nice jab which set up an overhand right, and he knocked out Daniels 4. So he's dangerous, and he's ready, he's motivated, and he feels he's the more complete fighter tonight.
debut came all the way back at Glory 2 Brussels in the fall of 2012. Here is Jafar Wilness.
Jafar Wilness is one of the most laid-back fighters in all of Glory, but for some reason, Joe, this week he was very much on edge.
Yeah, I mean, D'Angelo Marshall, you know, they used to train together, and he says it's going to be a big mistake for him leaving. You know, Jafar Wilness, known for that relentless pressure, sits in the pocket, mixes the body, the head, solid low kicks. And that's the game plan for him tonight.
And it's almost like he felt betrayed or stabbed in the back. The fact that D'Angelo Marshall would dare leave their gym, and he vows to punish Marshall here tonight. Here's our tail of the tape for the big guys. Wilness ranked number 3, Marshall number 4. Wilness weighing in at 258, Marshall 256. But look at the reach advantage for the man from Curacao.
Professional experience, a big edge for Jafar Wilness, who's ranked number 3. And the KO power, the advantage is going to D'Angelo Marshall. My keys to glory for this bout, it's for Jafar Wilness to do what he does best, control the ring. He's got to use his pressure, put a lot of high output, and he's got to change level with his hands. He goes good body punches and uppercuts, where D'Angelo Marshall needs to control the pace, use his movement a little bit more, try to mix in some angles, mix his strikes, and he needs to adapt, either come forward and sometimes he needs to move. He needs to let the fight unfold.
Ladies and gentlemen, this battle of the big men is scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, standing on my left and fighting out of the black corner, a contender tournament champion, coming off a knockout performance in France. As a professional, 19 wins with 4 losses. 11 of those 19 wins have come by way of knockout. Standing 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.95 meters, he weighed in at 256.6 pounds, 116.4 kilograms. Fighting out of Curacao by way of Amsterdam, the Netherlands, here is D'Angelo Big Papa Marshall. Here now is his opponent, standing on my right and fighting out of the white corner. This Dutch big man last competed in the Glory 8-man heavyweight tournament. He holds a professional record of 32 wins, 11 losses, 1 bout scored even, and 8 career knockouts. At 6 feet 5 inches tall, 1.95 meters, he weighed in at 258.2 pounds, 117.1 kilograms. He fights tonight out of Utrecht, the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Jafar Wilness. And the referee in charge of this bout is Andrew Glenn.
All right, gentlemen, you got the rules. You have any questions? Follow my instructions. Protect yourself. I tell you to stop or break, do what I mean. You understand? Touch right there. Be ready at the bell. Step back.
Marshall with the death stare. He didn't seem to be too bothered by all this "you left my gym" stuff, but you could see right there he doesn't care too much for Jafar Wilness either.
Ready?
Scheduled for 3 rounds. Do you think it goes that long, Joe?
Well, I think it's going to be one that will have to go 3 rounds. Because I feel both of them have the skills to beat the other. Right away, you're going to see Wilness with a nice high guard, where D'Angelo Marshall is going to stay a little bit longer.
Well, 6 of Marshall's 8 Glory fights have ended KO. 3 KOs for and 3 KOs against. Oh, nice uppercut for Marshall, and just missed with another one. Wilness backing up against the ropes. But if you've ever seen Wilness fight before, you know he can take a punch.
And usually the shots that Wilness gets caught with are head kicks. So that's why you saw Marshall really mixing that head kick early on, but now he's doing good work with the punches and uppercuts.
Wilness getting ready for this training camp by sparring with Tyson Fury, the lineal boxing heavyweight champion. Got him ready for his last fight, which was a total one-way destruction. Let's see if Fury got Wilness ready for this one.
Yeah, Wilness said that builds a lot of confidence. If you can hang in there with, you know, good pro boxers, that kind of translates when you're in here.
So far, Wilness just absorbing the attack of D'Angelo Marshall.
Maybe he's trying to wear him down. Now he's mixing in his punches.
Well, we saw in Wilness's fight against Jamal bin Sadiq. It was Sadiq who dominated round one, crushing it with punch after punch, but eventually he got tired, and it was Wilness who took over and eventually stopped the Goliath.
Yep, and he goes in there and he mixes in body punches and uppercuts.
Actually, that was a unanimous decision win for Wilness.
Wilness being content at D'Angelo coming forward and mixing his strikes.
Neither one of them is just completely opened up yet.
But Marshall keeps landing that uppercut.
You know, some people will look and say, well, of course, Marshall's going to win. Look at him, he looks like he's in so much better condition than Wilness. What would you say to them?
Well, I mean, Wilness, watch his past fights. He's got crazy high output. We're not seeing much of it today, but in the past, he has the ability for a heavyweight to go press for 3 rounds.
Oh, Marshall trying for that head kick. Instead took a slip. 30 seconds to go here in round one. Marshall throwing so many more punches. He's thrown 100 so far.
And to only 32 strikes of Wilness. But Wilness knows Marshall really well. Is it let him exhaust round one? But what I like from Marshall, he's not throwing everything with a lot of power. He's setting his shots up. He's not overextending all of his energy.
Well, that's a pretty easy round to score.
Yeah, and it's a smart first round for Marshall. He's playing the right game right now.
Jafar Wilness, fighting out of the Utrecht, Netherlands, made his debut way back in Glory 2, ladies and gentlemen. He's fought 13 times for this organization, and he fights out of the Coliseum Gym. And one of the best trainers in the world today, Danny DeVries.
His opponent, Big Papa, D'Angelo Marshall, now ranked number 4 in the heavyweight division, representing Curacao. He loves to attack non-stop. You see that now, and that's his big key. He needs to stay busy, keep touching off the guard, mixing his levels, and keep finding those uppercuts. He can't go for the knockout. He needs to stay patient. If he keeps touching, it could happen.
We'll see the official judges' scores here in our open scoring. But it was pretty clear to us, at least, that will be a 10-9 round for Marshall. But this is where Wilness comes on, and he's already letting his hands go more.
Yeah, it seems like a little bit more urgency here in round 2 for him.
It was almost as if he gave that first round away, hoping to tire Marshall out. Did you see it that way?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to find out in round 2 if that was the game plan or not. Wilness started more aggressive.
Well, Wilness's brother Jason, a former middleweight world champion, also a slow starter. 120 thrown for Marshall compared to 40 for Wilness.
But you see Marshall touching the jab, moves.
Ooh, overhand right on the ear.
Marshall's fighting the right fight right now, staying busy, continually touching. If he overthrows his punches, takes him out of position, that's where Wilness can get dangerous.
Oh boy, Wilness swung very hard and completely missed.
Just seems like Wilness is having a hard time getting anything off.
Wilness now, though, with more pressure. He's trying to back Marshall up. Oh, caught him with a right hand. Caught him with a big right hand. Marshall's in la-la land. But now it's Wilness who falls down. Marshall says it's a knockdown, which it isn't. And Wilness needs to come right back in and go after Big Papa.
Yeah, and Wilness needs to throw that overhand right again. He needs to throw looping punches.
Step back. Fight.
Both corners think the other guy's hurt. Boy, I don't think Marshall's legs are quite there, Joe.
No, he's kind of looked fatigued and almost like he hit a wall there.
Standing more square than normal.
Yep, we got to wait for Wilness, try to get his head offline and then throw that right hand again.
He's doing the right thing with that jab, trying to stay at the end of the punches.
Step back.
Or stay away from the end of the punches, I should say.
Fight.
Close round here. Oh, caught him again! Big, heavy hands from Wilness.
Yeah, he just exploded out of that shell. He needs more of that.
Boy, it seems like a high kick might be in order here for Wilness if he can throw it. Instead, it's Marshall.
Work out of there. Work out of there.
Oh, there's that high kick.
10 seconds.
Good mix. He hasn't thrown it. That's the surprise attack.
Big round here for Wilness. Marshall, to his credit, though, did not go down.
Yeah, but his legs looked like he was about to. If Wilness didn't slip at that moment, who knows what would have happened.
Hij is leeg, maar je moet nu gas geven. En niet, alles verkeerd.
You saw in this round too, a little bit more urgency from Wilness. And this is where he landed his good combinations, that looping punches. You see Wilness almost slip and fall backwards. There you go, D'Angelo trying to still mix his strikes, but a little bit more explosiveness from Wilness, which worked well for him. Stayed tight in the shell, defended punches, and then he exploded with a good left hook here. And then the high kick followed. It landed. So those are the type of attacks that we need to see Wilness do. A little bit more surprises. Mixing the kicks, the knees.
Touch, guys.
Well, Wilness turned it around in the second. Outlanded
now, let's keep it clean.
Wilness, or outlanded Marshall 29-25, including 18 of 12 on headshots. Or 12 of 18 on headshots.
Well, I think the judges gave it Wilness that round, yeah.
It'll all come down to this third. 3 minutes to go in the heavyweight division. Again, look at Wilness. Joe, he basically decided to fight a 2-round fight. Get Marshall tired in the first and come on strong in the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, and I love that explosion out of the shell. I mean, I want to see him maybe mix his uppercuts, hit the body. But there doesn't seem to be that pop in Marshall's hands like we saw in the first two.
Don't push him, don't push him.
What do you make of Marshall's footwork?
Well, right now he can't move too well. I mean, he's more content of sitting in the pocket. The pressure's maybe starting to wear him down. Good counter punching from Wilness.
Switch knee from Wilness, missed with the right hook. Total strikes. Marshall padded those stats in round one. Wilness coming on strong in the second. Almost halfway through the third.
D'Angelo is the more active fighter. So, I mean, Wilness landing more of the power shots. But Marshall just keeps, hitting and staying busy.
I think Wilness believes he can still catch him with a heavy hand.
Marshall has thrown more than double the strikes of Wilness.
Work out of there,
But it comes down to damage. Where's the cumulative damage coming from? Volume of Marshall, punching power of Wilness.
Wilness needs to get busy, a minute to go. Final round. Number 3 versus number 4 in the heavyweight division. Marshall with a good final round here so far.
Marshall going back to that uppercut. We haven't seen it much in this last 2 rounds.
30 seconds left. Does Wilness have another big right hand to land? Marshall dominating this final stanza.
We got to have Wilness explode again. Find a few explosive punches out of the shell. That's his time right there. He can't wait too long. He's got to counter a little quicker with 10 seconds left.
10 seconds to go. I don't think Wilnis has done enough unless he can catch Big Papa here late. And that was it. Jafar Wilnis and D'Angelo Marshall go the distance. It came down to the third round, and Wilnis just seemed to run out of gas.
Yeah, D'Angelo kept a good high pace in that third round, which could have stolen that one. It looks like they're keeping him fresh and ready.
The decision from Orlando when we return. We welcome you back here to Glory 67, our heavyweight battle in the books, Joe.
First round, great round for D'Angelo Marshall. Set a high pace, kept coming forward, really trying to land his uppercuts. Wilnis seemed content staying in the shell, but had some good moments when he exploded out of the shell, landed his power punches, and he got rewarded for that in the second round. But it all came down to really that third round, where you saw Wilnis really trying to put the power punches on, where D'Angelo really sat there and was really comfortable trying to touch and stay and be the busier fighter. You can see those big looping punches from Jason Wilnis trying to get a finish even at the last moments of the fight. But D'Angelo Marshall's output was crazy. He outscored Wilnis by almost double, threw more than double. This was the end of the fight. Came down to that third round. Who got it? We're going to find out soon. The strike count. D'Angelo Marshall staying really busy with his punches. Really trying to land those uppercuts and really used his jab really well as well. And when you're looking at strikes by round, it was, D'Angelo Marshall really dominating the first and the third, where Jafar Wilnis really came in the second. Look at that crazy volume that D'Angelo Marshall had. 105 strikes thrown in that third round. Crazy output for a heavyweight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout goes the distance, so we once again go to the judges' scorecard. All three of our ringside judges score the bout the same, 29-28, a unanimous decision. All for your winner, D'Angelo Marshall.
I'm here with Big Papa D'Angelo Marshall. Congratulations on that victory. Looked like you were in a little bit of trouble there in round two. He landed looked like an overhand right. How hurt were you?
I wasn't hurt, I was off balance. Of course, he touched me, but I was on the toes of my feet, so I'm more vulnerable, and it looked that way.
It looked like he almost gave you the first round and tried to tire you out. Did you feel like that was his strategy?
I don't know, it looked like it.
But you still had that energy in the third round. It came down to that final round. How did you power through and get the win?
Preparation, Mushi Gym, life kicking, big lap. Those are my the powers behind the screen.
All right, so you've beaten the number 3 ranked heavyweight in the world. Congratulations on that. Who do you want to fight next?
I want a rematch. I want to call out, I have 2 more fights to make up. Then I'm on for the belt. And there's no way they don't give me the belt after these 2 fights. And the names are Benjamin Adekboui and Jamal Ben Saddik. I'm ready.
2 of the biggest boys in the division. Good luck. Give it up one more time for Big Papa, ladies and gentlemen, D'Angelo Marshall.
Congratulations, D'Angelo Marshall just beat the number 3 ranked Jafar Wilnis, but he really wants some rematches left. Called out Benjamin Adekboui, and that's a fight I'm sure we'll all like to see again. But coming up later, we got the featherweight championship on the line. Thai Phenom, the Professor, Panamarone Cap Mukau, known for that powerful left kick and nasty left kick knockouts, takes on the Uzbek Anvar Boynazarov, who's been living in Thailand the last 8 years and feels he's got what it takes to beat the champ. But coming up next, we have the featherweights, Asa 10 Pao, taking on Hussam El Kasri. Earlier this week, I had an opportunity to sit down with the featherweight contender, Asa 10-Pow. I'm here with the American Ninja, Asa 10-Pow, only 2 hours from your home here in Florida. How does it feel fighting at home?
It's really nice. It's comfortable, not having to scramble around to put my bags together. That's nice. Just get up and go to my gym, work out. Yeah, so it feels good. It feels nice and relaxed.
Now you're fighting El Kasri, who's more known as a kicker. You're also known for your spin kicks and your dynamic attacking. What's the biggest difference between you guys?
I believe almost all the tools. My weapons are sharper. My movement is cleaner. My in-fight ring IQ is much higher, and I've been doing this, quite frankly, longer. So,
how do you predict this fight going?
Of course, I look to end it. I look to end it rather quickly, but every fighter in Glory is tough an opponent, so it's not as easy. But I will look for the finish. You can absolutely believe that, and it might be something that we haven't seen in a while. So I hope to execute my technique.
From the heavyweights to the featherweights, we turn our attention now for a bout scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. This young Moroccan talent set to make his 4th Glory start here in Orlando. Make him feel welcome, Hassam El Kasri.
Low kicks and pressure. That's what Hassam El Kasri says he needs to do to beat Asa 10-Pow.
Yeah, he's very young and, you know, he's really developing. He's still new in his professional career. He's got 2 wins, and both wins coming by KO, and he's just very fun to watch because he can mix his kicks well with his hands. You know, he's a black belt at the age of 14, so he mixes that well with his boxing.
The American Ninja, 10-Pow.
Nice spinning kick there for Asa. The right cross, Asa 10-Pow.
I've been chasing Glory for a long time now.
Here comes 10-Pow. Onward and upward for the American.
He comes home to Florida, where he was an ISKA state champion, to put his perfect Glory record on the line. Here is Asa 10-Pow.
Rousing ovation for the #9 ranked featherweight in the world today, unbeaten in glory, Asa 10-Pow, fighting out of the Florida Kickboxing Academy out of West Palm Beach, Florida. Several hundred fans making the 2-hour trek to watch their hero.
And they're here because they know how talented, and he's, you know, the future of the featherweight division. The way he could mix his strikes, his boxing, his kicks, he's just spectacular to watch, and this is why everybody's getting excited.
Here's our tail of the tape for our co-main event of the evening. Asa 10-Pow, 29 years old, 5'8" tall. Hassam El Kasri, just 20. It's hard to believe he's 20 years old, 5'10", with a 70-inch reach.
Professional experience, the edge going to Asa 10-Pow with only 1 loss in his career. That came via a cut stoppage. And the KO percentage, you got 4 fights for El Kasri, all 4 wins by knockout.
Your co-main event of the evening, scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds in Glory's featherweight division. Let's meet the fighters. First of all, fighting out of the black corner, he won his debut in Denver with a first-round TKO. His young professional record, 2 wins and 2 losses, but those 2 wins have come by way of knockout. At 5 feet 10 inches tall, 1.78 meters, he weighed in at 142.4 pounds, 64.6 kilograms. Fighting out of Morocco, ladies and gentlemen, here is Hussam, the Moroccan maniac, El Khosry. His opponent opposite the ring and fighting out of the white corner, a Florida State Golden Gloves, voted newcomer of the year last year. His professional record, 9 wins with just 1 loss. He is undefeated in 4 prior Glory appearances. At 5 feet 8 inches tall, 1.73 meters, he weighed in at 142.4 pounds, 64.6 kilos. Fighting tonight out of West Palm Beach, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, Asa, the American Ninja, 10 pounds. Once again, your referee in charge is Dave Smith.
All right, gentlemen, you both know the rules. I want a clean, fair fight, start to finish. Touch them up, step back, let's do this.
Asa 10 Pound has traveled the world honing his craft, most notably fighting extensively in Thailand, but he says he's never felt more alive fighting in his home state here tonight. Asa 10 Pound, American Ninja, taking on the Moroccan maniac, Hussam El Khosry, who's wearing the black gloves.
And El Khosry very slick with his kicks and his knees. He can throw kicks from any angle, so 10 Pound needs to be careful and respect that skill set.
Low kick.
Expecting 10 Pound to come in, pressure a little bit, use his boxing.
Lightning quick hands from Asa 10 Pound.
And watch the way Ace is going to mix up the body punches. Goes to the liver really well with his punches.
It was interesting, all the fans here jumping up and down, going crazy for 10 Pound. I was watching El Khosry in his corner. He was jumping up and down. He was getting excited for this fight.
Yeah, and El Khosry started his Glory career 2-0 with 2 finishes. He ran into Abraham Vidalis, ended up losing by TKO in the first round. But the big improvement that he needed to do was box. So after that fight, he went, took a professional boxing fight, and got a good finish. So now you can see a little bit more confidence in El Khosry's boxing.
El Khosry going with that high kick. He's come close a couple times. 10 Pound needs to be careful. Oh, a nice spinning back kick. We'll call that a slip. It was certainly close.
Asa 10 Pound started with Sanshao when he was young. So this is where a lot of his spin kicks and back kicks come from. He started Muay Thai at 16, showcasing some solid boxing. In 10 Pound's last fight, we didn't give him enough respect for his boxing, and he totally called me out for it. And he got a good, knockdown with his hands. So he really wants to showcase his boxing.
10 Pound does have 1 loss on his professional record, but it's hard to call it a loss. He had a cut over his eyebrow. The doctor waved it off. So thus far, nobody's really put it to him and beaten him. But he is 9-1 overall. Outside low kick there for 10 Pound.
Yep. El Khosry still blocking them, but that one landed. Not a bad start for El Khosry. 10 Pound is pressuring and is landing a little bit more effectively.
Right hand there for 10 Pound, knocks El Khosry off balance. He tries a flying knee. Whoa, straight right hand. What a knockdown. What power from 10 Pound.
5, 6, 7, 8, you good?
What an end to the round for Asa 10 Pound. It was a very close round. He might well have lost it, but he won it with 1 punch there with seconds to go.
Yeah, he was pressuring, trying to hit the body, then intelligently he went over with that right hand. We saw that same knockdown in his last fight with Nate Richardson. There's that boxing we talk about with him. Boom, set up, right overhand.
To be fair, El Khosry did have his left leg up going for a kick. So his foundation wasn't quite there, but it was a knockdown.
Well, it still hit, and you can see the way he fell with his arm falling underneath him. That's the way you usually fall when you're, you know, concussed. But it was a solid landing shot mixed with the off balance. Good call by the referee calling that a knockdown.
So that'll most likely be scored a 10-8 round. So an uphill battle now for Hassam El Khosry. What would you change if you were him right now?
Well, he's got to continue to use his kicks, be dynamic. Try to stay off the ropes because that's where 10 pounds being dangerous with his boxing. Kick fight a little bit from the outside.
The featherweight division is very top heavy. You know, Asa 10 Pound can climb up quickly if he can continue to win fights like this.
Oh, he's currently ranked number 9 and he's 4-0 in Glory. So he's got to be cracking in the top 10 probably pretty soon. Sorry, the top 5.
This fight far from over though. El Khosry has shown knockout power and some skills of his own as seen there.
Yeah, there's that Taekwondo background. Good spin kicks.
El Khosry fighting out of Denver, Colorado by way of Morocco. Spinning back kick there from 10 Pound.
Yeah, you know, Ace is really going to try to set up that overhand right again. He's not getting aggressive with it.
A lot of energy being expended.
That looked like it could have hurt 10 Pound's shoulder the way he fell there.
Ten Pound leading the strikes landed and punches. El Khosry with more kicks. So, ooh, that was a nasty one.
Yeah, you can see 10 Pound feinting to spin, and then he mixes in that overhand right. Just touched him with a 1-2-1.
Low blow there, it appears. 10 Pound grimacing in pain. We've seen a lot of those tonight.
Yeah, I think almost every fight had him.
Here's a look at it, Joe.
Yeah, you see Asa really stepping in to try to use his hands, and just an inside left kick from El Khosry caught the cup.
Despite the knockdown, this has been a very competitive fight.
Yeah, I like El Khosry's kicking and level changing right now. He's got those fast kicks to the head.
Just missing that spinning wheel kick.
And you got to think, Asa being here at home, the crowd cheering for him is getting him really excited.
Let's go.
So we're seeing a lot of spectacular kicking.
Kicks landed. El Khosry doubling up the American. El Khosry told us his kickboxing heroes, of course, Badr Hari, and Ramon Decker's another favorite.
Nice uppercut there from 10 Pound in that combination.
20 seconds to go in round 2. Whoa, and it's El Khosry with the spinning attack. Very similar styles.
Yeah, I asked Asa that in the interview, and he says, no, we're not very similar at all. I think they look pretty similar.
Yeah, they do. Good round.
Fun fight.
I got one right here. You need another ice pack? Another ice pack? 3. You got to tie them together a little more. A little more. Together, box and low kick. Low kicks, 3 times. You're doing 1, 2, and doing single. Tie them together. He said the low kicks are damaging in the left. And he opens up everywhere else. Tie them together. Yeah. Let's go. Hold this right here, brother. Turn him up.
Let's go. Yeah, you got this. Switch here.
chance of FKA, Florida Kickboxing Academy. He brought the whole dojo up here.
Let's go.
Did Asa Tin Pao.
And he's the owner and the main trainer there at FKA, which makes it even more impressive that he can perform like this and still running coach and gym.
Turn around.
So Tin Pao wins the second round as well. El Khosry will need a knockout.
I mean, regardless of the outcome, I still think El Khosry is going to be a top prospect. He's only 20 years old and he's doing well. Asa Tin Pao, 29, with more experience. So a lot of development still for El Khosry. But spectacular fighting like this, good offense. I mean, that's fan-friendly. That's what we want. Spinning heel kick to the leg. An Andy Hoog special.
Boy, this crowd eating every kick up.
I like how Asa feints a spin attack and then tries to come over with the overhand right. Might as well use that spin attack to set something up.
We talked about our unstoppable fighters earlier tonight. Vidalas with a win, Gashi with a KO, and now Asa Tin Pao doing very well.
As he goes back to the low kicks, but El Khosry blocking the right low kick.
One more fight to go. It's also in the featherweight division. It's for the title. Pech Panamarong versus Anvar Boy Nazarov. It's next. Axe kick attempts there for Tin Pao. He's pulling out all the stops.
Yeah, and I love it because one of my favorite kickboxers is Andy Hoog. Likes the spinning heel kick to the leg and the axe kick. I'm sure Asa Tin Pao is a fan of Hoog as well.
I'm sure if Hoog was still alive, he'd be a fan of Asa Tin Pao.
Absolutely.
There's the kick. Didn't get it flush. And there's another one. Spinning heel kick. Asa Tin Pao.
Well, spectacular offense is definitely scoring in this fight.
Tin Pao may be ranked number 9, Joe, but he feels and looks like a top 5 fighter for sure.
Yeah, he wants to climb it. He doesn't want to wait. He doesn't want to be babied up. He wants the big fights. He wants the biggest fights he can. He wants bigger names. He wants the top 5.
Let's go.
El Khosry needs a knockout. 20 seconds left to get it. And Asa Tin Pao's right there in front of him. He's not going anywhere. Fantastic performance by the American Ninja in his home state.
Yeah, he showcased his full arsenal. Good boxing, good kicking, knees, spin attacking. Looking phenomenal, and the whole arena's up on their feet now.
Asa Tin Pao promised an entertaining fight, and he pulled out all the stops. I'm not sure what other kicks he had left in his arsenal.
No, he did spin kicks to the leg, back kicks to the body, spins to the head. He just mixed up everything really well. We saw him box well as well. But I do want to keep giving El Khosry credit for only being 20 years old, stepping up here in the co-main event to fight the hometown guy. I mean, I still think he's going to be a prospect, so he's got to keep his head up high.
Fireworks by Tin Pao, the American Ninja, on 4th of July weekend. The decision is next. We welcome you back to Orlando, Florida, and you talk about entertainment. Asa Tin Pao and Hussam El Khosry put on a show.
Yeah, and they really put out spectacular offense. A lot of spin kicks from both gentlemen. But ultimately, it was Asa Tin Pao who did the better job at pressuring, using his kicks, especially his low kicks. Got that knockdown with a nice overhand right. Showcasing his boxing and his full arsenal of strikes. From spin kicks to the leg, spin kicks to the body, to axe kicks that were landing. I mean, that's what the American Ninja does. El Khosry sat there, took a lot of the big shots, kept coming forward, but Asa Tin Pao now 5-0 in glory.
Here's our strike count. Punches 35 of 113 for Asa Tenpao. 44 kicks thrown, but look at El Castri, 95 kicks, 36 of them landed. Pretty close overall strike counts for these two gentlemen, but it was Asa Tenpao with that first round knockdown, and there are the strikes by zone. We make it official now with Tim Hughes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this bout goes the distance. So we go to the judges' scorecard. They give us back a unanimous decision. All three score the bout 30-26 for your winner, Asa Tenpao.
I think they're happy here in Orlando.
All right, I'm here with your winner, Asa Tenpao. What an exciting fight to watch. Was this fight as fun for you as it was for us watching?
Yeah, man, like I said, I wanted to come out and try and show a lot of high-level technique, a lot of stuff that you guys maybe haven't seen in a while. So I really tried to display some of my roots and all my teaching. So unfortunately, I didn't get the knockdown. I got a little overzealous, but I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy.
Talk about your technique. I think you have your whole academy here cheering you on. What do you think they think of your performance?
I don't know, guys. You tell me. You tell me. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for coming out, supporting this glory in Orlando, Florida. We need this. We need more of this. Let's bring it back, baby. Let's bring it back.
Well, you came into this fight ranked number 9. What does this do for you in the rankings, and where do you want to go from here?
I should go up, right? So, yeah, anybody in top 10 deserves a fight with the title. So I got my eyes set on that, if that's next. If not, just give me who I got to go through.
All right, well, congratulations, Orlando. Let's hear it for Asa Tenpao.
What a moment for him. I'm sure he'll look back on this fight, even though it wasn't for a world title fight. Look back on this moment and say, wow, what a moment in my career, having all my friends and family making the drive up from West Palm to cheer me on. This place was electric.
Yeah, and even seeing him when his hand was raised, he had this emotion on his face. There was no smile. He just had to feel good to get that moment.
Another win for the American Ninja. Well, coming up next, the best of the best of this division. The featherweight championship of the world is on the line.
Scheduled for 5 rounds. Glory featherweight champion of the world,
So quick with that kick. It's a low kick right to a body kick. You can see the damage. The flesh has changed tone. Told us, once I win this fight, I want Pech Panmarok.
Nazarov's got to be feeling good now. He's on his way to a title shot. He's more motivated than ever to get it.
5 rounds, a featherweight division master class. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. 5 rounds for the featherweight championship of the world. Anvar Boynazarov and Petpatamrung Kiapmukau. Introducing Anvar, the Uzbek Boynazarov.
He got hurt a little bit. He's back against Rock. He is all about power. It only takes
belt.
Left hand out of nowhere.
His knockout of Fabio Pinca in Lyon, France was voted as one of the best KOs of the year. Here is Anvar Boynazarov.
The Uzbek, the #2 ranked featherweight in the world, and Joe, he believes he has the style and power to unseat the champ.
Yeah, and he feels that him living in Thailand for the last 8 years and the amount of experience he has is going to give him that edge. And a lot of kickboxers who fight Pet Panarum aren't used to that left kick Muay Thai style, but with Anvar living there and breathing Muay Thai for the last 8 years, he feels he's comfortable with that style.
I think the power of Petch's left kick is going to be the game changer, for sure. So, yeah, watch out in the second round. We'll see.
Fighting champ out of Thailand, featherweight champion of the world. Here is the Professor, Pet Panarum Kickboxing.
The youngest champion in Glory history, and it seems really that Pet Panarum really doesn't need to do it. Are you kidding me? Knockout in the air! Listen to the kicks there from Pet Panarum.
He's coming off a successful defense of the belt in Houston at Glory 63. Here comes Pet Panarum Kickboxing.
Panarum making his second world title defense here tonight. In his last fight, defeated Sergey Adamchuk, and to win the title, he dominated one of the best to ever do it, a shutout, unanimous decision victory over Robin van Roosmalen.
Yeah, and what's scary is that even after the crazy amount of fight experience he has, he's still newer to kickboxing rules, so we see him get better each time. His hands are developing. His ability to switch his left kick at different levels has given him some of the best knockouts we've seen in Glory. So for such a young, talented kid at only 24 years old, it's just amazing to see him develop and continue to dominate.
He is the Professor, Pet Panarum, who fights out of the Kiat Mukau gym and has taken that name as his last name. In the corner, that's Adrian Sheed. And he is one of the best fighters ever to come out of Thailand to hit the Glory scene. There he is, 24 years old, 5'7" tall. He's a southpaw and has a devastating left kick. Anvar Boynazarov, on the other hand, fights people like Pet Panarum all the time. He's used to this style, but thinks Pet is not used to his power.
Professional experience. Look how crazy that number is. 200 professional fights for Pet Panarum Kickboxing, but 123 fights is a crazy amount of experience as well for Boynazarov. But we know that Boynazarov has that power in his hand, and that's what he's going to have to do tonight against Pet if he wants this title.
Inside the numbers, Pet Panarum, 10 fights in Glory. His striking accuracy very good. So too is his strikes landed for power. Boynazarov doesn't land as accurately, but when he does, boy, is it effective.
My keys to glory for this bout is Kickboxing to do what he does best, control range and the pace of this fight. He's got to use the left kicks that he's known for, especially on the outside. But on the inside, he needs to mix those vicious knees that he has. Where Boy Nazarov, pressure, get inside, land his power shots, and he's got to have a lot of different counters to Petch's left kicks.
Championship rules, 5 rounds if we need them, 3 minutes each. Punches, kicks, and knees are legal. 3 knockdowns in a round or 4 in the fight result in a TKO. Open scoring tonight. 3 judges will score the fight. Their scores will be shown after each round on your screen. It is a 10-point must system.
Your main event features 2 of the most prolific and hard-hitting featherweights in the game, with a combined 323 fights between them and 81 knockouts on their career. They arrive in Florida from the farthest reaches in the world. This bout sanctioned by the Florida State Boxing Commission in cooperation with the ISKA, and at the bell, your referee will be Wayne Spinola. From Orlando, Florida to Oberhausen, Germany, Glory Kickboxing fans are watching around the world. It's time for Glory! Let's meet the challenger, fighting out of the black corner. He is a 2-time world Muay Thai champion. His professional record, 95 wins with 26 losses, 2 bouts scored even, and an incredible 54 career knockouts. At 5 feet 9 inches tall, 1.75 meters, he weighed in at 142.6 pounds, 64.7 kilograms. He fights out of Uzbekistan. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Anvar, the Uzbek Boy Nazarov. Here now is his opponent, fighting out of the white corner, a 2-time world Muay Thai champion who comes with a featherweight record 6-fight winning streak. His professional record, 162 wins, 36 losses, 2 draws, and 27 knockouts. At 5 feet 7 inches tall, 1.71 meters, he weighed in at 142.6 pounds, 64.7 kilos. He's here tonight, fighting out of the Buriram province of Thailand, and is the reigning and defending undisputed featherweight champion of the world. He is the Professor Kickboxing. The referee in charge of this championship bout once again is Wayne Spinola.
Okay, gentlemen. All right, guys, you know the rules. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Do you have any questions, sir? Any questions here? You want to now touch gloves? Step back. I'll get you guys started.
Can the Uzbek figure out the Petch-Panamorung puzzle, or will the Professor dominate another opponent at the highest level yet again?
Step back, sir. Okay, you ready? You ready?
5 rounds for the featherweight championship of the world. The champ, Petch-Panamorung in the white gloves, Boy Nazarov in the black.
You're going to see Anvar be a little bit more patient to come forward, slowly close that distance, and then let that power unfold.
Boy Nazarov, when asked how he would handle the left kick of Petch-Panamorung, said, "I'll just kick him right back."
Yep, go 1 for 1. That's one of the best strategies. If you let the southpaw kicker keep kicking and gain momentum, you got to fire back. You got to counter them.
Of Boy Nazarov have cost so many fighters so many problems here in Glory. He's never out of a fight. Compared to the Ace of Tin Pao fight, it sounds like we're in church right now.
Well, this is going to be a very technical fight. You can't just go out there and get sloppy. One little mistake, you got a head kick to the head, or you have Boy Nazarov knocking you out with some power punches.
Head kicks to the head are dangerous, Joe. Usually we've seen Petch able to settle into a rhythm. How important is it for Bonazarov not to let him do that?
Well, that's why he keeps countering. I mean, if you keep letting Pet hit you and move, hit and move and control that space, you're in trouble. That's that quick counter that Bonazarov needs to keep up with.
You know, Petch keeps smiling. Ooh, a nice front kick there from Bonazarov. Petch keeps smiling. He answers back. This is good stuff. But Bonazarov, like you said, right in there with Petch.
Yep, he'll just keep inching forward, 1 inch at a time with his footwork. He doesn't take big, aggressive steps. Very calculated stepping.
According to Nick Kalakis, the handicapper in Las Vegas, Petch Panarong at minus 900 favorite in this fight. 9-1, ladies and gentlemen. Those odds seemed a little high.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, they're not giving Bonazarov enough respect.
Styles make fights. And Bonazarov has, in his opinion, the perfect style to beat the professor.
But on the other side, Petch has been so dominant in his last few fights.
10 seconds. Fight.
Petch Panarong, nicknamed the Professor, the Glory knockout of the year in 2018, a flying head kick KO of Abdallah Asbiri, and that may not have been his best ever KO in Glory. The one he hit with Zugari was spectacular. I lost my mind. I remember that. Nevertheless, a big highlight reel already for Petch Panarong.
Yeah, his opponent, Anvar Bonazarov, now ranked #2 in the featherweight division. As we keep mentioning, born in Uzbekistan, lives and trains in Thailand. Signature strike, the flying knee. It's going to be tough to land against an experienced Thai fighter. He's got some key wins against Giga Chikadze, which is a very tough opponent.
Wait for me, guys. Wait for me. Wait for me. Let's go. Fight.
Florida has never seen kickboxing at this level. This is the tip top, ladies and gentlemen. One of the best to do it ever. Petch Panarong wins round 1 according to our 3 judges.
In that first round, I really like when Bonazarov started throwing his punches in combinations. To land a single power punch on Petch like that is going to be very difficult. You got to throw in combinations.
Not a lot of Muay Thai fighters out of Uzbekistan, as you might imagine. But he said he saw the Thai fighter Buakaw on TV when he was younger and said, man, I love this sport. Started training, then moved to Thailand to train full time. Became a world champion in Muay Thai and has now made the switch to kickboxing.
And we saw Bonazarov fight a Muay Thai technician in Fabio Pinca. And we expected real big things from Pinca being so dominant, but Bonazarov with one of the best knockouts in his career.
It's the only time Pinca had ever been stopped.
No clinching. No clinching, right? Okay, here we go. Fight.
Straight left hand there for Petch.
He's throwing some good strikes down the middle, front kicks and left straights. One of the things with Bonazarov in the past is sometimes he'll wait a little too long. He waits too long, so this is where he needs to keep countering back. He stopped going 1 for 1.
Petch Panarong is also a fighter, or a soldier rather, in the Royal Thai Army. Mostly now it's a ceremonial position where he'll put on fights and clinics and displays for the troops. And they love him in Thailand. Like most fighters, grew up dirt poor, literally sleeping on the dirt floor of his house. Started fighting as a youngster before the age of 10 to make money for his family.
Petch is just going off with that left kick, and You've seen how he adapted to the kickboxing rules because he went to the body and then inside leg. And then eventually he tries to go upstairs. That's how we got those 2 nasty knockouts.
Petch not allowing Boynazarov to get close enough to throw those heavy hands. It only takes one, though, for the Uzbek to change the fight.
But you see the intelligent distance control from Petch. Stays long, keeps the front kick to keep Boynazarov off of him. And then when Boynazarov gets close, he kind of crashes the distance, controls, and tries to use his knees on the inside.
We're already getting to that point of the fight where it seems like Boynazarov is not going to be able to win on points. He's going to have to win by knockout, but that's kind of what we thought.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just feel like he's waiting a little too long now. He needs to put a little bit more output now in these last 3 rounds.
Look, we have to keep the pressure on him. He keeps throwing that kick off. Now we got to step in and start throwing it down the center, okay? Let's get that cross down the center. Let's get the knee down the center, man. You can hit him with this, okay? You've done this, okay? Keep that pressure on him. Keep the hands on him. Make him scared of your hands again, yeah? Scare him with the hands and fucking finish him off. Okay? We can't let him go on. Keep firing off those kicks by himself, right?
Gemma getting us ready for round 3. It's a championship fight, so we're scheduled for 5.
Check the water. Check the water. Get the water out of that corner, coach. Stay back for 1 second, pal.
Petch Panamorong 9-1 in glory. His lone loss coming in a very controversial decision
Here we go.
to Ruben van Roosmalen, who is the then champion. In the rematch, Petch dominated it. Round 2, all 3 judges scoring it for the Thai fighter. He's up 20-18 already.
Yep, there's that pressure with the boxing we need to see from Boynazarov. His corner was really adamant on him, slowly edging, pressuring, letting the hands go.
Boynazarov has been stopped once in glory. That came at the hands of Kevin Van Ostrand back in December 2017. A vicious knee to the sternum ended that contest.
Yeah, but just before he got stopped with that knee, he dropped Van Ostrand with a power punch. So always dangerous.
One of the great rounds in recent glory memory. Here's our kicks. Petch quadrupling the output. Boy, big roundhouse right hand, nobody home.
It's just so crazy to see one weapon be so dominant. He doesn't have to rely on his boxing much or his knees. He landed a nice left straight.
Boynazarov willing to eat 2 or 3 kicks to get in there and let his hand go. Nice left kick in and out for Petch. He'd love to do that the rest of the way.
We're starting to see a little bit more clinching here in the 3rd round.
There's a knee from Anvar.
Yeah, that's his favorite strike. He's got some good knockouts in his career with that.
We asked Petch, would he do better against Boynazarov in kickboxing or in Muay Thai? And he said, I'd kill him in both.
Yeah, we've seen a lot more confidence in Petch, really calling out knockouts now. He wants finishes. They predicted a 2nd round in this one.
That front leg has got to be hurting for Boynazarov. And that left hand, boy, I thought Petch was buckled for a second.
You jumped out of your seat there. Like it's one shot away from both guys.
Well, that's what Boynazarov has to do. Crowd him and let the hands go.
Yeah, he's got to put more of them in combinations. A single's not working. We see Petch get out of that single overhand every time. But when he comes in and Petch is against the ropes like that, when he mixes in uppercuts, hooks, and body punches, he has some success.
Petch Panamorong has 200 professional fights. This is number 201.
That round was pretty good, all right? But we got to keep that pressure on him. You're fucking him up now. Now you're getting those exchanges, right? Let's keep controlling that. Let's work that inside low kick and follow up with that. You got to follow up with knee, follow for the punch, okay? Up to you. But we got this, all right? You got to make sure to keep the pressure on him, all right?
You can see a lot of bruising starting to develop on the arms of Anvar Boynazarov, and you can see the inside leg. Petch has been attacking that, and you see a lot of that blood and pooling and swelling in that leg.
Stay in front of him. Stay in front of him and fucking start pounding. All right, go.
Can he take 2 more rounds of those inside low kicks?
Only for offense, not for defense, okay? When you clinch, you gotta start throwing knees, you understand me? Here we go. Time in, fight.
We now enter the championship rounds here, 4 and 5. Petch Panaron with another low kick on the inside of the front leg. 3 rounds to none for the professor.
You see Boynazarov change his stance now. He's heavy on the back leg, light on the front. A little bit more of a Muay Thai stance. That's that way with the light on the front foot helps you block the kicks easier. If you're heavy on the front leg, it's hard to lift up and block.
Boynazarov really hasn't landed a power punch of note yet. Is there anything he can do to switch it up to maybe be more successful?
Well, it's just having to commit. I mean, he sits there and he'll eat a left kick, but then he's not following up. I'd like to see it off a counter. He blocked the left kick, then come in with some combinations with the hands. Maybe take a little angle as well.
Here's the kick distribution. 40 body kicks from Petch, 32 to the legs.
Break clean. Fight.
That's going to be a long flight home to Uzbekistan with that left leg as red as it is now for Boynazarov. He's still coming after Petch. This is his moment. Called this the biggest fight of his life, and this coming from a man who's had well over 100 professional bouts. The culmination of 20 years of training down to this one 5-round fight, and so far it is not going Boynazarov's way.
Petch now trying to showcase some hard punches.
Fight.
Would you advise him to get into a boxing match here in the last 2 rounds?
Well, he's being successful. I mean, he has landed that left straight a few times. He has improved it. Why not? Try it out.
Again, a swing and a miss for Boynazarov.
Petch really laid into that left kick.
Petch having fun in there. He loves fighting. It's all he's ever done his whole life. Boynazarov charging like a bull right now.
Break clean. Release each other. Come on, guys, let's go. Fight. Stop. Fight.
20 seconds to go here in round 4. Not much time left for Boynazarov, the number 2 ranked featherweight in the world.
Stop! No, 10 seconds. Fight.
You know, Asatin Pal backstage watching this with interest after his dominating performance.
And he's motivated for the bigger fight, so I'm sure he's studying in the background now.
Kiat Mukau celebrating as if it's already over, and it may well be. He just can't afford a mistake in the final 3 minutes.
So good. Let's make sure. Let's fucking. You gotta work inside. You can hit him. Take his ass out.
Look at that leg. How long does it take your leg to get back to normal after that kind of beating?
I'd probably say a good week.
That's it.
Yeah, he'll be back training before you know it.
Round 5, 3 minutes left. Will it be business as usual for Pechpanerong, or does Boynazarov have something special?
Some urgency now from Anvar.
Fight.
He's waited many years for this moment, so he's got to let it all out. Leave it in here. Yeah, Pech is going to get warned here. You can't throw and dump.
You can't throw, you can't sweep. That's the second time you did it. You do it again, I'm taking a point. I don't want to be involved with this. You understand? Don't do it anymore. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there.
Pech speaks little to no English. Not sure if he had any idea what Wayne Spinola was saying.
Fight.
But he surely knows that was not legal.
Sometimes his Muay Thai tendencies tend to come out. I mean, 200 professional fights, you know, only 10 of them were in kickboxing.
Stop! Fight!
Well, Boynazarov has never really appeared to be in trouble of being knocked out, but at the same time, he's never appeared to be able to knock out Pechpanerong, and that's not a good combination. Because Pech will just pick you apart with the left body kick.
Yep, just kept scoring away. I mean, in theory, it seems easy to beat the left kick, but there's a reason why he's the champion. And 9-1.
Looking for career victory number 163 tonight.
Stop, break clean.
Pech says one of the best things about being a champion is that he could provide for his family. They are, or were, a very poor farming-based family. Bought his dad a tractor many years ago, and now he's making more money than he ever has.
Fight!
From the small province of Buriram in Thailand, small town there. And he posts, some fighters post videos of them on Instagram training in high-tech gyms. Most of the pictures on Pechpanerong's account are of him on a dirt road with buddies with chickens running around.
Yeah. And you can see his weight training. You see him with like cement-made dumbbells, and just amazing to see.
Back to the basics. Nice stuff there from Boynazarov. 25 seconds to go here in our main event featherweight championship of the world. Nice high kick.
Stop, breaking. 10 seconds, fight. Stop.
And that will do it. Another dominating performance by the professor who teaches Anvar Boynazarov a lesson. The official decision when we return to Glory 67 Orlando. We welcome you back to Central Florida, the Sunshine State. There's the very happy corner of Pechpanerong. They feel he did enough to win, and it's hard to see how he didn't as we look at these highlights.
Yeah, just as we expected. You know, Pech was able to control the distance, the pace, the range of this fight with his left kick. And what he does really well is he'll mix these front kicks off the round kick. As soon as you expect a round kick coming, he'll mix it up the front. He did land some good left straights in this fight, but ultimately his ability to control the fight, the pace, and the distance, you know, gave him his second title defense.
And Joe, let's look at the strike count.
Yeah, you can see very easy that it was Pechpanerong really trying to use his kick and his distance, but, you know, Boynazarov just didn't have the answer in the counterpunching to get anything done tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 championship rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard, and once again, they give us back a unanimous decision. All three scored about 50-45, a unanimous decision for your winner, and still Glory Featherweight Champion of the World, Pechpanerong Kiatmuka. Presenting the belt from our Talent Operations Department, Mr. Robbie Timmers and Paul Karger.
Well, the only thing that went wrong tonight was that the belt was put on upside down, but congratulations again, Petch, on your victory. You made it look so easy tonight. Was it indeed as easy as it looked?
คืนนี้ต่อยดูแบบง่ายมากเลยมันง่ายที่จะแบบเหมือนที่คิดเปล่า
ก็ก่อนต่อยกันมาก็หนักใจอยู่ครับเพราะเขาเป็นมวยที่แข็งแรงและหมัดหนักแต่ก็เตรียมพร้อมมาดีก็คิดว่าเอาชนะไปได้ในไฟล์นี้ครับ
Before the fight, we all know that Anvar's got really heavy hands, but he trained for the fight real hard, and yeah, you see from the results.
Yeah, talk about all the work you put in back in Thailand to make this transition from Muay Thai to kickboxing.
ตอนที่อยู่เมืองไทยซ้อมยังไงครับผมคือเมื่อก่อนเราเป็นนักมวยไทยตอนนี้เราเป็นนักมวย kickboxing ครับ
ก็ปรับสไตล์แบบซ้อมออกอาวุธเร็วกว่าเดิมแล้วก็เพิ่มหมัดมากขึ้นครับแล้วก็เตะขาครับ
When he's back in Thailand, he concentrated on his speed. He doesn't clinch back at home anymore. He works his low kicks, his mid-range kicks. He's just mixing it all up together, and now he's just a great fighter now.
All right, so how much better can you get, and who do you want to fight next?
ตอนนี้ดีขึ้นกว่านี้ได้หรือเปล่าแล้วก็อยากเจอใครต่อไปครับผม
ก็จะเอาไปปรับปรุงและพัฒนาขึ้นเรื่อยๆครับแล้วก็เจอใครก็ได้ครับผม
He said he's going to go back, he's going to keep training, he's going to get as best he can, and whoever Glory put in front of him next, then he's ready to go.
All right, well, congratulations once again. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Petch Panamorong Kiat Mukau. The million-dollar question now, Joe. Is there anyone out there that can beat this man? If so, who is it?
Well, I mean, that's a tough one. I mean, it's going to be hard. We saw some promise in Kevin Van Ostrand. I mean, wanting another crack at him. Asa Tempao looked, phenomenal. So I think we have some good potential coming up, but he's just so dominant, and I think he's going to be able to dominate for some time.
Hey, and speaking of the word dominate, how about Elvis Gashi tonight with that one-kick knockout? It was indeed the fastest knockout in featherweight history and the third fastest in glory history. Lightweight history and the third fastest in glory history.
Yeah, he's known for that power. He's a southpaw, and he's got power in everything he throws. He made a little camp switch that seemed to give him a little bit of extra confidence into this fight, but the sound of that power, I mean, I know you really want him, and you think he'd be a good next contender in the lightweight division. A fight between him and Gregorian would just be crazy.
It would be, especially if it happens in New York City, the home of Elvis Gashi. Also, congratulations to Asa Tempao that had this arena rocking tonight. We had a great time in Florida. For Damian Moody, our executive producer, Bill Borson, one of the best in the business, I'm Todd Grisham. Joseph Baltolini, the entire crew bids you adieu from the Sunshine State. We'll see you next time from the greatest stand-up fighting organization in the world.